Hello, my dear crafters. Today we're going to use a tool that I have never showed here in my craft channel, which is the We Are Memory Keepers Fuser. What it does is it fuses plastic, and I'm going to give you some ideas on how to use that. Here is what it looks like when it's fused. What it does is kind of glues it together by heating it up. So they actually melt and they fuse it together. And you can make so many beautiful things with this. I've been using this. I just bought it actually. It's been around forever, but I just thought I would give you some ideas on how to use it. I've been making tags. Actually, this one is a tag, but it's also a bookmark that I'm going to send to a friend of mine. And you can use it's like a big shake. It's great for shakers. And here's some ideas for you. You can put in some ephemera, so it's not just the shaker, so that's an idea. And then use whatever confetti you have. That's an idea there. Just use that. You can also, I did the same here, and I just used these little tiny mini beads here that I bought at Michael's. They come in containers like this at Michael's, and it's just very delicate. This one I have this floating ephemera here, but you can also add some sentiments inside. This is another tag, and this one has a charm, as you can see. So you can use charm, you can use pom-poms here, you can use tassels. They all look great. So that's another shape, and this is very different, as you can tell, different shapes. You can use, I made this one for my beautiful friend who is a ballerina. So I have this beautiful ballerina here, and I also added this cute charm here with a pearl. It actually makes it look like it's something on her head, like to, embellish the hair. So that's another one. This is going to be for my friend. And the other idea for you is use pictures. So I have my beautiful dog here, and you can create something like this. Use paper on the back. This is great for making ornaments. So when Christmas comes, here's an idea for you. Use pictures and send it to your friends. So that's another idea for you. Of course, you can create beautiful cards, like shaker cards, bases. And what I did here, you can see that this doesn't mix. If I do this, it doesn't mix with the top, because what I did was I fused the sides. I put some confetti in, and then I fused here across, and then I put some other color of confetti, and then I fused the top. So it's really a very versatile little tool, and it's quite inexpensive. It comes with this, and it comes with the ruler that you can use as a base, and you can use it to push it through so you don't get hurt or burnt or anything. So it kind of protects you too. So that's another idea for you. Use it on your cards. Here's another one that I made with paper. Use your beautiful papers inside. You can make it transparent like this, just the shaker itself, just the plastic, or you can use your beautiful paper as a base. Or, like I did here, pictures, ephemera, and you can just use ephemera as floating inside. So beautiful, beautiful. Let me show you the one we're going to make together. For my dear friend ballerina Adriana, I'm sending this through the mail to her. And this one, because every ballerina, in my view, is a star. I added some star. You have some stars here. So this is the one we're making together today. How cute is that? So without further ado, let's get to the tutorial. So first we're going to work on what we're going to have inside, okay? So for this one, let me zoom in. We have this beautiful ballerina. You guys know I love ballerinas, so we're gonna work on this first. And in this case, I'm going to have 2 layers, because then when you turn around, you see the same paper on both sides. So that's what I am going to do now. First thing, we're going to glue these two together. There you are. And then we're going to embellish it. And I'm just going to cut the excess here. It's not excess, I just didn't, I guess I didn't glue it perfectly right, but when that happens, just trim it. So there you go. So one thing that I like to do, and I do the same thing when I'm working on shaker cards, is I want to make sure that I have some elements in place so that when you shake it, you always have, in this case here, I know I'm going to have her right here in the center, and I cut some little tiny stars because that's what she is. So I am going to just glue some. I want to embellish a little bit around her. So there's a star. Get the excess here. I have some smaller ones. This is an old paper punch that I have that punches stars. So I'm going to have a few stars here. Let me show you. See? Because that's going to always be there, because when you use these little elements as shakers, they move all to the bottom. So I make sure to have some everywhere. So one more star and I think we should be done. So make sure to always embellish your thing. So there you go. Oh, I love that. Okay, I think that's enough. Now we're going to glue the ballerina, and remember we're going to need a little bit of space here for this. So we're going to add a hole right at the top, so we don't want anything to be. I have a dog hair here somewhere. There you go. So I'm going to put her a little bit more towards the bottom because I need space here. And there you go. There she is. Pretty as she can be. So now that we have this all ready to go, we're going to actually put it in here. And I'm going to use the die that I used to cut this. You don't have to. I'll start with the die and then I'll show you that you don't really need this metal thing. It does protect you a little bit and it gives you a place to guide you, but you don't have to do that. If you have just a piece of paper itself, that's good enough. And we're going to use both, okay? So this plastic here, the one that I use is this one. Let me just show you. And I'll have the link below. You do not have to use this one if you have these clear dividers, the sheet protectors. Just use whatever you have at home. It doesn't have to be this one, but in case you don't have any and you need to buy, then I'll have the link below for you, okay? So here's what we're gonna do now. I have like glitter everywhere, guys. So I'm trying to get them out of the way. I'm going to do this on the left side because my light is here, and if I do it here, you won't see anything. See the difference? So that's what we're gonna do. So we are going to use some tape to just hold it in place to make it easier. So we actually don't even need this right now. I'm just gonna move it away. And we're going to do half of it only because I want to leave this open so that I can push it in, okay, the paper in. So this is holding here and this is holding there. So that's what we're gonna do. So now I have the fuser, and the way it works is this little thing here, this is very hot, do not touch it. You have to leave it for at least like 20 minutes to make sure that it's hot enough to fuse. And this little tip here, as you press it, it rolls and it fuses because it has these bumps here, these sharp edges. So here we go. So I'm going to use the this die, and then the next step we want, okay? So you have to keep it going. Don't stop, because the moment you stop, it burns the plastic. So there you go. So I have half of it, and always take a look to see if it's okay. I see that there is a gap here, so I just added something, and all the rest should be okay. So I'm gonna put that aside, and we're going to remove it, remove the die. And here's what so this is fused, and we're just gonna leave an opening here. That's what I'm gonna do. And now what you do is you're going to cut around the fused area. Let me see if everything's fused, yeah. So just leave like a 1/8 of an inch of an area around it. And then at the top, because I want the image to go in, I'm just gonna leave it like this, okay? There you go, just an opening like that. Let me move this aside. So you have, this part is fused, and we're going to fuse the top. I actually, let me see if it's open here. These plastics are so, I have to open the bottom, the top here, because there you go. So here is our beautiful ballerina. We're going to press it down. And now we're going to, of course, introduce the confetti, which I already mixed. I did my own mix here of confettis, of a whole bunch of different ones that I had. So I'm just going to put it in. Open it up so that it goes down to the bottom. And there you are. So here's what we're going to do now. I can see that there is an opening here. I did not fuse it well, and that's not a problem. If it's not fused, you can always go back with it and go really fast. You have to go fast. So there, now it's all good. I'm glad this happened because I can show you how to fix it, okay? So here, I think I'm going to reinforce a little bit here too. Same thing, just go along the lines and reinforce it. All good. Now we're all good. I'm so glad I could show you how to fix these things. So we have that already, all the confetti is here at the bottom. And now we're going to fuse the rest. I'm going to move my plastic, my silicone mat, because I do not want, I have a whole bunch of stuff here, all the confetti. So again, I'm going to show you that you do not need, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, you do not need the die, okay? And so there you go, just go around it. Until you reach the beginning, and there you go, it's all fused. Now I'm going to cut it again. Just gonna look around here to see if there is anything. There is an area here that needs some reinforcement, and I'm gonna do that now. There you go. All the rest is good. So I'm gonna do the same thing that we did at the bottom, and then the last thing we need to do is to add here the hole. So for that I have my We Are Memory Keepers Crop-A-Dile. So this is something I learned with one of you guys. You always have this hole facing up here so that you can see where you are cutting. So make sure that there's nothing there. So this is where I want it. Yeah. So I have a hole, I made a hole. Now let's choose, I think I'm going to use the gold one. So I have a whole bunch of colors here. I'll have a link below to all of this, okay? So I'm just gonna put it in my eyelet. And now I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile and just fix the eyelet. Oops. And there you go. We have the eyelet perfectly in place. And look how beautiful this is. I love it. It's a lot of glitter for a ballerina, for sure. She deserves it. So, last thing we're going to do is add this ribbon here, which is the perfect color for this paper. And then, of course, because I can never stop. I always want to add more blings. We're going to add our beautiful here, because she's a star, so I have this star here, and we're gonna add that. So look at this. So we're kind of finished here, and we're going to add the star, because I love to add charms to these. And in her case, because I'm sending this to my beautiful ballerina friend, yeah, this is the right side here. So let me give you a tip, okay? If you're creating these charms, always have 2 rings. Otherwise, it will never be facing you, okay? So here's how I do this. I just put it through the ribbon like that. See, like this. Just pull it through. I'm gonna get the other one. I'm just gonna do it with my hands because I don't know where the other. So there, and you close it. And here we are. We have a beautiful ballerina. There you go, full of blings. Look at that. Oh, she's gonna love it. And now I added this gorgeous little star. So there you have it. Not complicated at all, is it? It's very nice. And guys, do not get frustrated. I mean, actually, let me rephrase that. You are going to get frustrated with this the first time you use it. You're going to think, this is not working. I don't know how to do this. This is too hard. It takes a while for you to get, like everything with crafting, there is a learning curve. So just keep on doing. Maybe it is the plastic. Do not use very thin plastic because it would just not work. And other than that, keep going. This is a great tool. You can make some beautiful things, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. So there you go. You have all these to show. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time and happy crafting to you.